What's up, everybody? It's Spaaaaaaaace again here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. When we left off in the last episode, we had finished the Shooting Star and moved on to what I'm dubbing the SKS Anteater, which is our new little drilling ship for our spaceship here, the Shooting Star. And I actually managed to complete it, though it was kind of painstaking to do it, to be honest, because the way the merge blocks and stuff all fit in was in the way of building this, and then I put this really close, thinking it'll be perfect, and then apparently it was too close, and it wouldn't let me actually build the connector until I moved the ship. So I've actually got it kind of jury-rigged here to where the Anteater is still part of the grid connected through the rotor, and the Shooting Star is actually now being held by the connector. So it's kind of weird. And it's not really ideal, but it's as best as I could do. So essentially, when we're ready to go, we're just going to break that one block and it'll disconnect it from the grid, and then we should be good to go. I've temporarily disabled the turtle miner, because we don't really have... It's barely made a dent, actually. I haven't even looked at this in a minute. Yeah, it goes back here a ways. Why are my lights not coming on? I had this happen in the Inspiration series, too. Yeah, it goes back a ways. Like, this is a huge cutout. There was also a comment about this, that because of the design of the miner, it wouldn't be fully square. I'm not too worried about that. In case anyone was wondering, I'll probably use the grid squares of, like, the steel blocks and stuff to smooth it out. But for the episode for today, we're going to probably end up in space, is the idea. Because, if I checked my numbers last, let's see, tank hour, or actually let's just do, can't see the keyboard, mic's in the way. So we're at 91% on all four of our tanks, and I didn't even think about it, but the Anteater was getting a little bit of that residual. So the... where are you at? I can't see its signal. I don't see the icer, but it should have just left, so it's somewhere out there gathering the ice that we're looking for. So I'm probably going to let that run a couple times to fill it up, and then we'll probably head out from there. So I will see you guys back when we're fully loaded and ready to go. Well, this wasn't exactly what I had in mind. So fun fact, apparently if you have a ship attached to a rotor, and then you add a bunch of weight to the ship without the thrusters on, apparently, if you forget to lock the rotor, which I may have done, it tips over or turns. Did not really think about that. Not really sure if it's actually going to be a problem or not. I don't think it'll be a problem as long as nothing got damaged, and it moved pretty slow, so I think it should be fine. But I don't see any damaged components on anything, so I think we're good. But I about had an aneurysm when the thing just started flipping over. I'm like, no, what are you doing? Don't do that. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. So, you may be wondering, well, what tipped the thing over? Well, okay, apparently I don't have that saved anymore. Had that typed in so I could save it. So I stored up a bunch of extra ice, and I was starting to add some material components and things. I brought some components with me, but I really wasn't sure how much I would need of everything, so then I just decided, well, we've got some components, so let's go ahead and grab like some stuff, right? Like some actual components, not just the ore. But I'm taking like a backpack load of each ore. I think, again, I've got a mining ship, so as long as we've got ice to travel places, it should be enough to get us, make repairs, build things, whatever we need to do, at least till we find an asteroid or something with some ore on it. I don't really think we use gravel that much, do we? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but other than... Like, I don't actually think I've used gravel for anything so far. I really could be wrong, but I really am not sure that I am. It would surprise me if I was, I'll put it that way. Because, like, I guess you could use it for maybe, like, I don't know, maybe magnesium or something, but I haven't actually gotten it to make magnesium. So, I'm not really sure how that works. Where did that go? There was... Anyway, so needless to say, I'm gonna keep loading up the ship. We're about ready to go. The tanks are all full on both ships, and power's full, and blah 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 blah. So we're pretty much ready to go. I was just loading up some materials. So when I get that done, let's get going. Alrighty, so the ship has been loaded as comfortably as I feel like loading it. Again, I left a couple of cargo containers with minimal stuff in them. 5's completely empty. Wait, did I have 5? I didn't even remember having 5. Anyway, 3's partially not completely full, 4's empty, so we've got quite a bit of storage, actually. I could have loaded up more, but I didn't want to run the risk of having it too heavy to launch off of the atmosphere. Plus, with our mining ship, we should be able to get more should we need it. So, what we're going to do now is make sure we've got our pre-flight checklist, so our batteries are on, thrusters are on, the generators should always be on, merge blocks off, connector can stay locked because that's now for the anteater, and we should be ready to go. We just need to disconnect the rotor that is now throwing a fit because I'm like torquing the thing. Alright, and let's see how this goes. Alright, so we're definitely free floating now. Go ahead and close this. Connector, we'll pressurize this. And then we'll close that door. That door is closed, so all of our vents should be... Whoops. Well, that should be set up fine. We need to actually set this vent that I forgot to do. So we'll set that to fill, so we should be good. And yeah. Now, I am actually going to launch kind of this way, like straight up, because that'll only use the one thruster, and I'm concerned about using more thrusters than I need for fuel. Technically speaking, I can actually go faster with all of the lower ones. Technically, the vertical thrusters that are going upward. I've also seen a lot of people say to turn the dampeners off, but I don't know if that's at a certain height or not, and then just kind of play with the thrust, I guess, the throttle. I don't actually know. Ooh, I'm going all over the place. I don't actually know if I'm at the right angle or not. I wanted to kind of go straight up, but I'm not sure if I am or not. So we're doing pretty good on fuel. We're at 98. Again, I do have quite a bit of spare ice, so if we burn a bit, it should regenerate a good portion of it. So I'm kind of just going to try this until we hit 0 on the planet gravity, and then we should technically be in space. Alrighty, we are out of the atmosphere, so we are actually in space, which is pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, that's the good news. The bad news is that, actually I'm just going to turn my dampeners on and let it try and get rid of the residual inertia. The bad news is that we kind of forgot one thing, or I kind of forgot one thing. You guys probably already knew about this, and we're kind of like, what is he doing? Oh, also, I'm really glad we have the solar panels on there as well, because that I feel like that was a good idea. The other... Oh yeah, so an oxygen generator. I was concerned about the... do I need my helmet? I shouldn't need my helmet, right? Because we're generating or we're producing oxygen. What's the rate that we're using that? Not much at all, so that's good. I don't know, you guys can let me know in the comments, but I don't know how Space Engineers works in terms of... Yeah, I think I had that wrong, actually. I had that door closed. I don't know if it keeps using oxygen or if it is only based on the fill. Because scientifically, you're going to use up oxygen and turn it into carbon dioxide, but in terms of game, it may be like it fills the room, so now it's fine. So that part I don't know about. But yeah, we need an oxygen generator if we don't want to have to really worry about it. It's not really a have to, it's just kind of like probably a good idea. So we're going to do our first spacewalk. I guess it doesn't really matter if I close that door or not. So I'm so used to the... Oh crap, you know what else we don't have? I didn't make any oxygen bottles. Fart knocker. Alright, can you tell how often I play in space? So that's part of the thing, right? This is actually... Let's do one for now. And see if that is enough. Alright, so I've got all my anteater stuff. Where is my assembler? Turn that on. It got what it needed there, and there. Cool. Okay, so we can turn that back off. And again, I'm micromanaging a little bit. You probably don't need to, you know, worry about it that much, but oh well. We'll grab that, and let's fill it with the O2 tanks. Wait a minute, that's generators. Oh, do I have them turned off? I think I do. Where's my... Turn off in inventory? Yeah. I guess I do need those back on. Hydrogen tanks, I don't know if I really need that much. We'll turn them back on, just for the bottles, but... where are you? O2 tank. I should be able to put it in there, right? Like, that should fill it up? Do I have to put it in one of the gens? That's kind of weird, because the tanks are full. Odd. Unless they just take a long time to fill. I'll leave it in there for a second. Oh, no, that's interesting. We're even getting those drop things out here. Intriguing. But yeah, so we need a, we need an oxygen generator just so we don't have to fuss with everything and, you know, make it complicated and all that. I mean, theoretically, we shouldn't really need it because of the ice. I mean, it's gonna be... This... Do I have something turned off? Stockpile. Stockpiling tanks will not get drained by air vents. Auto refill. Let's try that. And I'll put them both on that way. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay, so now we have air. That's a good thing. At least I thought of it before we left. So helmet on, depressurize. That should be good. Didn't waste anything. Cool. Alright, so let's see here. I would... Oh yeah. I'm in space. Oh boy, this should be interesting. In case you hadn't figured it out, I don't do space very often. Oh, that's one way to do it. Didn't think about that. Those should be the ports. I'm looking for a port without having to do too much work is what I'm trying to find, in case it wasn't obvious. So, grab the... Mag boots never work when you want them to. So, that's the top of the tank. I've got a thruster pretty much on all the tank connections, which is not ideal. I believe there's an elbow conveyor in here, behind this armor panel somewhere. Coming off of that. Oh, I could put one right here. That could work. Yeah, let's do that. Before I do this, though, I do... What was that? I do want to make sure, because I do have the progression turned on, though I'm thinking of turning it off because it hasn't really been all that fun. I have been told that it was designed around new players in mind so they didn't get overwhelmed, but it's honestly kind of just annoying for if you've played enough before. Yeah, that could work. Maybe put... Let's see, should I put a conveyor port so it sticks a bit further up? Just so it gets more maximum connection? Don't know. Let's see what it'll look like. Oh, what is it called anyway? Oxygen generator? Oxygen farm. Okay. Luckily I think I have everything I'll need. If not, I have the materials to make more. I do want it facing... I don't know if it matters which way it's facing, but I do kind of want it facing this way, and the cells will be above that, so that's fine. Where did I get 14? Oh, from grinding this down. So where did I get 14 plates from? Alright, so let me build this, and then we'll be back and see how that works. Alrighty, so crisis averted. We have an oxygen farm. Not the prettiest way of doing it. If I had to redesign it again, or before I ever posted this ship to the workshop, I would probably do some kind of embedding it, you know, along the side or something, but, you know, too little too late. What are you going to do? It was kind of a emergency fix. So, woo, this is so confusing. See, that's my issue with the boots. It's like, if you're gonna be able to cross like this, then why can't it, like, correct it? It's just weird. It's like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's just odd. Alright, that one, that can, you know what? I'm gonna remove this, because this button, I constantly am always about to, like, turn off the connector, and it's just not a good idea. Okay, so how's the oxygen going? Wow, oxygen lasts a lot longer than the hydrogen one. Holy crap. Okay, well that's cool. Alright, so real quick, let's rotate our ship just a little bit, because we only have 2 or 3 blips on the solar farm. What the? Well, that was weird. It went from like 3 to 2 to 3. Right, that should be fine, right? Man, this thing's picky. I thought solar panels were temperamental. There we go. Good grief. Alright, so that should be fine. Let's just double check the tanks. It's 99. I wonder... Do I have to turn it on or something? Or set them to stockpile, maybe? Let's try this one. What happens if I set... stockpile? Oh, okay. So it works. It's just you've got to actually set it to take in the air. Okay. So at least if we get to the point, at least we have it, right? At least that way, if we get to a point where, at least if we get to a point where, like, we're low or something, or don't have ice or whatever, there we go. We'll have the system ready. So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. We're raring and ready to go. Now, as for mining and whatnot, we have one bigger asteroid right there that's pretty close. I don't know if that's a moon or another planet. It kind of looks like another planet because it doesn't look gray or anything like that. But again, it's space engineers, so I don't know. That's probably our moon. You know, we're a little bit lower on time, and I figured that was kind of what I really wanted to get done this episode, was actually get us into space, and so we're here. But I'd actually like to hear from you guys what we should do next, because quite frankly, I'm a rookie when it comes to space anymore. I used to do a lot of space when that's all there was in the game. Then when planets got involved, I've never actually left a planet in a survival build, so yay us. First time for everything, right? So let me know. I'm either thinking that asteroid or the moon, which is somewhere around here that I can't see. There it is. So it's either the moon or that asteroid. Let me know what you guys think is best to tackle first, or what's the best chance of getting better ore, like, you know, yeah, silver or uranium or whatever. I'm mainly looking for silver, I think, because silver will allow us to... What was it that needed silver? The gravity generator, I think. The gravity generator and the reactors needed silver, I think, to build components. So let me know what you guys think about that, where the best place to get silver is, and we'll either hit this asteroid or go over to the moon. I don't think there's... We just left a planet, so I don't really think there's a reason to go to that planet yet. Maybe in a future excursion. But yeah, I'm kind of excited because, like I said, I've never actually done this in survival from start to finish. So we actually built all the way up to a ship and left. Oh, there's another little one. There's a lot of little planets around here. So yeah, I'm kind of excited everything worked and nothing broke. We didn't run out of fuel. It seems I actually planned it well enough that nothing really went horribly wrong. I also wanted to point out, a couple of people have mentioned the store and contracts are more for multiplayer, or if you're setting up like a space station hub type thing. I don't really have anything else to put in here. If push come to shove, I think they're connected, or there's a conveyor underneath them. So if push come to shove, we could always just add more storage components or something, but I just figured I'll leave it, and if it ends up uploaded to the workshop, then people will have it if they want to use it for something. I'm also working on a tiny little script here that I think I'm going to use this screen to put the readout for our tank, so I don't have to keep checking. Maybe a power, I'm not sure, but at least tank information so that we know how our tanks are setting up. And I actually had a comment about this. This is actually, right here, this central window pane is actually a transparent LCD screen. So, fun fact for that. That's going to be something I'd like to make use of in the future. But with that, I think we're going to wrap things up here for today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.